Hi. Okay, this is my video journal about the Shouting Fire movie, The First Amendment. Uh, First of all, I used to consider myself an absolutist on the First Amendment, and I still, in the common way that people think of it, I still am. I think all criticism should be allowed, I guess, signage you want and bumper stickers you want, all of that should be allowed, but without government interference. However, as was evident in some of these, uh, maybe like the Skokie, not so much the Skokie one, the which I had heard of before. I remember that or seeing a documentary about that. But the 2004, the RNC, the Republican convention protesters, and then I don't think they mentioned it here, but Occupy sort of the people call free speech. Oftentimes, it's action that's being repressed, suppressed. Antifa. If you're throwing torches and lit bottles and you're throwing rocks, you're not. That's not exercising your freedom of assembly or your freedom of speech. That's being a hooligan. You get arrested for it. And I think a lot of times people try to conflate the two. They say they're being arrested because they're protesting this or that, when in fact, even if no matter what your motive is, if you whipped a rock at that guy, you were going to get arrested. So there's that. Uh, and another thing is the Patriot Act. They brought that up, and that's conflicting to me because again, the kind of speech, I'm not sure exactly the kind of speech that is being impaired there. A lot of people think it's like an anti-Muslim act. It's a Spy on America Act. And yeah, and sometimes it really is kind of creepy. And it's unfortunate that we have it, but also, you can't some words you can't say. You can't leak military information. You know what I mean? You can't recruit for a foreign army. I mean, there are some things that are restricted speech. I was in the army. You can't have you can't wear a political pin. You can't go to. You can have your political beliefs, but you can't be campaigning. Not while you're on active duty. At least that's how it was when I was there. I assume that hasn't changed. So it was a very interesting film. I knew a lot of those names, not all of them, but from various talk shows and 60 Minutes type shows and documentaries over the years. And that Horowitz guy, he's he's often on some of the blogs I read. So, but I thought it was very interesting. It was nice to see it all sort of condensed together, and I hope that satisfies the requirement.